Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and for the ICC students today our topic is going to be I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and this is a very easy chapter. I think that the questions from this poem will be very easy for you, and almost 35-40% I've already discussed over here. Whatever is left will come up in the upcoming videos. Alright, so that's all. And one more thing that I would love to inform you, because many of you are writing to me in my mail that you want tuitions from me. So for that, see, directly I have brought for you a join button. When you go to my channel, you will directly see that blue color join button over there. If you want, you can buy the subscriptions from there. That would be a paid course. So if you want to be here and follow my channel and follow the questions here, you are always welcome. Only if you require further assistance, then you can buy the subscriptions over there. You can subscribe over there, and there you will find different rates for certain things, for 2 classes, for 4 classes, for live classes where you can discuss about your problems with me. And you, if you require personal guidance, then you can buy that. Otherwise, just be here, follow the videos, and it will be all. I will be so very happy to help you all. Okay, that's all. Without any more delay, let's begin. So first question is, the free bird thinks of other places not having. So is it fat worm? So the first hint over here is not having. It does not have, or it does not wish for all these things. What is it? Is it fat worms? Obviously it wishes for fat worms in the other breeze. Second, pleasant winds. Yes, it is also wishing for pleasant winds, for a good breeze. So this also is not the correct option. Good food. Yes, fat worms is for good food only. It cannot be. So the third option will be the correct option. Distant hills. It is not expecting the distant hills. Why was the word distant hills used in the poem? Because it was for the caged bird who would wish to reach their voice to those who are far away from them. Okay, they used to scream and sing loudly about their pains and sorrows, so that it could reach those people's ears who are far away from them. Alright, coming to the second question. The free bird thinks of another breeze. Is the statement correct? You have to write whether the statement, the free bird thinks of another breeze, is correct or not correct. So for this, the first thing that we have to do is we have to read the poem very carefully. Otherwise, you'll miss these kind of answers. So yes, no, maybe not mentioned in the poem. It is particularly written in the poem that the free bird wishes for another breeze. First, it dips its wings in the orange sun rays, and then again it wishes for another breeze. So yes, is the statement correct? Yes, it is correct. No question of no, maybe not mentioned in the poem. Next, number 3. What is the meaning of the word trill? Trill word you found in the poem. What is the meaning of that? Can be asked. So is it singing nervously when you are very nervous and your sounds are coming out from your mouth and it is kind of a song, and it is just singing, or it is music or faint music coming from far away? Is it, which one is the correct option? It will be option number A, 3A. Why? First, because we are talking about a bird over here. Bird is obviously singing. Fearful trill is the song of that bird. And nervously, obviously, why nervously? Because the bird is not aware that what would be the risks that it has to, suffer, or it has to undergo once it is free. Maybe it is singing for freedom. Maybe once we are free, we will face a number of risks. Maybe we will have to have certain responsibilities. So there are problems also. I know that there can be some problem. I am not aware of it. I have not experienced it. I am afraid of that. But even then, I wish for it. So it is freedom. You are singing, but nervously because of that fear. 4. What figure of speech runs throughout the poem? Throughout the poem is being asked, not a particular line. So is it personification? No, throughout the poem we don't find personification. Metaphor? Yes, there is a metaphor. Hyperbole? And what else? Extended metaphor. Extended metaphor is the correct option. Why? What is an extended metaphor? You know what is personification? I'll just explain once again. Personification, when you talk about a non-living or inanimate substance as a human being, or something having the human qualities, like the chair is weeping. So that is personification. What is metaphor? When you compare two things without like or as. Lion-hearted man. Extended metaphor, throughout the poem when you use the same type of metaphor or comparison. Over here we find that the bird is identified with the white counterparts or the African Americans, isn't it? So throughout the poem it is done. That is why it is extended metaphor. Next, coming to the reference to context. Reference to context also will come, the two types of questions will come. Answer the following questions type without any reference, and reference to context also, which will give you a few lines from the poem, and then questions will come from that. Alright, so first reference is: a free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream. Whom does the free bird refer to? Is it the whites? Is it the white Africans? Is it the African Americans? Or is it the people in America? So, whom does the free bird refer to? Without any doubt, it cannot be white Africans. Not at all the question. The problem is racism. The problem is all about the Americans forcing or hating the Africans because of their skin color. So it is racism, and it cannot be white Africans. African Americans, no, they are the caged birds, so that is not over here. People in America consist of all the people, isn't it? The African Americans also, and the whites also. So here we cannot call it the people of America. So the free bird identifies the whites. Coming to the next option, how long does the free bird float downstream? First option is till it reaches the ground, till the current ends, till it can dip its wings in the orange sun rays, till morning. So how long does the bird float downstream? Is this way, when the bird do not flap its wing and just keeps swimming down, because slowly downstream it will bring you down slowly, but the bird floats downstream that way without flapping its wings. So till it reaches the ground, till the current ends can be the right option. Till it can dip its wings in orange sun rays, it is already dipping its wings in the orange sun rays and swimming, isn't it? Till morning, no. So till the current ends, as is directly written in the book. Coming to question, the next option, what does the word orange in the phrase orange sun rays symbolize? So what does the word orange, this word in the orange sun rays, what is the meaning of, what is the symbolic meaning of the word? Symbolize is the hint given over here, not just the meaning. It is asking symbolic meaning. So is it prosperity, and what does the word in the phrase orange sun rays symbolize? What does it symbolize? So over here the question is a bit wrong. I am extremely sorry for it. It is not what does it symbolize, what does it not symbolize would be the correct option. Alright, what does it not symbolize? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, almost all the options talk about something very symbolic about the word orange. Okay, so you have to find out which one is not the symbol for the word orange. Okay, so prosperity, yes, orange sun rays actually mean happiness, positivity, prosperity. So first two options are correct, prosperity, positivity. Monotony of limitless, no. Freedom is also correct, because the way it can, the orange color of the sky, it talks about freedom. So it will obviously be, it does not symbolize monotony of the limitless. So once again I'll repeat, the question is, what does the word orange in the phrase orange sun rays not symbolize? Alright. Coming to the D part, which line in the first stanza does not speak of the freedom of the free bird? So, does not speak of the freedom. So, is it a free bird leaps? A free bird itself, obviously the word freedom is here only. So, this cannot be the correct option. Dips his wings in the orange sun rays. This is another example of freedom, when it has the power to claim the sky, the limitless sky as its own, and it can just dip its wings and fly. So, this is also not correct. Till the current ends, let's see the other option, dares to claim the sky. It has the courage to claim the sky. It can call the whole sky its own. So this is also not the right option. The third option will be correct, till the current ends, because just by these four words we don't understand that somebody has freedom, isn't it? Next, the last question, which one among these is not a visual imagery? What is a visual imagery? Visual imagery means when you see something and it impacts your brain. It's like a picture that you draw in your brain. Okay, it's like a picture. So which are the one which is the one which is not a visual imagery? Okay, leaps on the back of the wind. How do you imagine this line? That somebody is leaping on the back of the wind, imagining, isn't it? There is a kind of picture in your mind drawn that somebody is leaping on the back of the wind and it is flying. So this is a visual imagery. It must affect your eye. It must be able to draw a picture without a sound. Okay, just a picture in your mind. So first one is a visual imagery. Second one, caged bird sings with a fearful trill. Somebody is singing. So it is not just a picture that is drawn in your brain. It is also kind of a sound that you recollect. Okay, birds sing like this. It is their trill. Okay, so it is also sound imagery along with the visual imagery, isn't it? So this cannot be just a visual imagery. Let's see the other options also. Seldom stalks down his narrow cage. Seldom stalks down his narrow cage. This does not require any sound. The bird is just walking inside a small cage. This is just another picture. Tips his wing in the orange sun rays. Tips his wings in the orange sun rays. This is also a visual imagery, kind of a picture. Okay, soundless video you can call it, that the bird is swimming or flying through the orange sun rays, as if all through the sky there is it is colored, it is orange in color, and the bird is flying through it and coloring its wings also in that orange color. This does not require any sound, so this is also a visual imagery. Which one would be the correct option? Caged bird sings with fearful trill, because there is sound attached to it. That's why it is not just a visual imagery. Here we come to an end with the questions from I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. This is a very small poem, so I think I have almost discussed 35% of the questions over here. Whatever is left, we will soon come up with the videos on I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, more videos on them. And I think if you can solve these questions slowly, whatever I give you here, you'll be able to solve all the questions that come in your exam, because this is a combination of all the questions coming in different schools. So don't worry about that. I hope you all will score good marks. And if you do like it and if you are solving it, please subscribe to my channel. That makes me extremely happy. And I hope you may also hit the like button if you like it. And if you have any doubts, you write to me in the comment box. I'll try as much as possible to answer all your queries. Okay, that's all. Bye bye, everybody.